Saturday the 7th of November and we're up nice and early. We're on our walking tour today. We're going to go and get breakfast first, and this is the church that was bombed during the Second World War and has not been repaired. This is an overlook of Berlin Zoo, which we pass on way to our breakfast. Looks pretty good. We're on the east side and we're on the tour.
Right gang, welcome to the east. Right, I'll be here for a minute whilst I work out what's going on. I'll be back in a minute and we'll get going. Give me a minute. Big symbol of Germany. So there's three parts to the tour really. There's old Berlin, there's communist Berlin, and it gets progressively more Nazi as the day gets longer. I can't guarantee that all the information in the final third of today's tour is that happy, because it's really not. That's the thing. We'll stop for coffee break about 12:20. So worth noting. Normally cheers people up. That information at least calms them down. There's a break.
We're on Museum Island, and all the buildings around here are riddled with bullets, or bullet holes.
Another example coming up for you in just a moment. Now, this amazing building behind me here, this is the 1828 neoclassical masterpiece, designed by a guy called Karl Friedrich Schinkel, Berlin's most famous architect. I'm warning you all, you are about to see many more examples of the work of Karl Friedrich Schinkel in the next 40 minutes or so of your lives. All of them, apart from one, neoclassical in architectural style, just like this one is, which is actually Schinkel's last building in Berlin and considered to be his best. Not necessarily say neo-Nazi, but like that kind of thing. Protests happening down here, and every time that happens anywhere in Germany, there's always more police and more counter-protesters than there are in the neo-Nazis, but there's always lots of police, so that's one. We'll probably see about 8 guys. Well that's why, because there's nothing else to do. I mean, like the police here, like what you can do, like find stolen bikes.
There's a neo-Nazi march going on a bit later, apparently. So the place is absolutely covered with police. They're barricading parts of the park. This is the square where the Nazi book burning bonfire took place, just after the Nazis came into power. They took books from the library, which is there, and the university, which is there, and burned all of them that didn't conform to their way of thinking. Incidentally, that's the same Berlin University that Albert Einstein attended. Here's a glimpse inside the empty shelves of the library. Probably can't see them, but it's down there.
Story behind this square, absolutely brilliant story, love this story. Irish people in particular tend to appreciate this story, it's one for you. 1685, Louis XIV of France suddenly declares France to be Catholic. Now that is something of a problem for the French Protestants or Huguenots who are now suddenly persecuting people and have nowhere to go. Now apart from the really weird bit of Nazi history, Berlin has always had a tradition. Yes, we are absolutely in the right place. I mean, the famous Checkpoint Charlie was this crossroad, which is now, none of this stuff is authentic, it's all basically advertising.
Where those bikes are today is where the Berlin Wall stood. And 26 years ago, standing here would have got me shot by East German guards. We're off to see the wall.
Just have to humour me for a few minutes whilst I get perhaps a little bit overly excited about that thing. Now that is, and that is not the Berlin Wall. If that was the Berlin Wall in its entirety, I didn't put my badge back on, if that was the Berlin Wall in its entirety, we were all escaping over that, I reckon, using a bit of a leg. That is just the outer wall or the last line of the fence. The whole Berlin Wall, as you know, should be seen as two walls, inner, outer, no man's land, kept in between. Again, we'd have been shot dead, stood here under 26 years ago, just back. The outer wall, as we know, goes through 4 stages, starts off early morning, 13th of August 1961, just barbed wire.
There's the embassy of the Czech Republic. It was built during the communist years, and you can really see it in its design.
Hitler's Chancellery building, where he used to live and work when in Berlin, was this entire block. We just walked through where the Chancellery was, and the back of that building, where this brown building now stands, the entire block, and the bunker we're just underneath. The Chancellery, and then back to the other side of the building. Room for at least 80 people to exist quite comfortably down there at any given point. Hitler's personal space within the bunker, just behind that other grid, where another couple of metres behind there. Personal quarters for him down there, office space all around that. It was on 2 levels, 10 and 15 metres beneath us, and the walls on average made out of 4.5 metres of steel reinforced. To explain metres to 4 of you, I am only just over 2. 2 metres 6-ish, give it a push. Double me, add a bit more. That is that bit. Now, Second World War in Europe anyway, basically.
So this is the scene of Hitler's bunker, below where I'm standing.
Hitler, 20th of April is Hitler's birthday, by the way. It's all happening around his birthday, it's 56. He's in denial about the end of the war. He thinks that, they're still going to make a huge comeback. He finally wakes up on the 25th of April 1945, because that is when Mussolini is captured. Killed a few days later, stripped naked, paraded through the streets of northern Italy like a dead animal.
So somewhere between these 3 trees in this small park, Hitler and his wife were burnt after he shot himself through the face in his underground bunker, which is also beneath this park and also car park. There's nothing here anymore. It's not really a proper tourist attraction. There's only a sign which is there that documents what happened at this site. I'm inside the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe. Got a load of concrete blocks. They get deeper the closer you get to the middle, and then they start to get smaller. We just finished our tour of the city, and we've now made our way to an old guard post that used to be used to guard the Berlin Wall, or the area between the two walls. There's only 3 left in the city, and this is one of them. Back at the Potsdamer Platz on this unseasonably warm November day. It's 17-18 degrees. Tour guide said it was a good 13-14 degrees above what it should really be this time of year, so we've been lucky. What'd you go for, Beth?
Frozen yogurt. With
Nice. Nice, look at that. Right then, where are we off to now? The Reichstag.
Yep.
Well, pizza first, and then the Reichstag. Let's go. Well, we're at the Reichstag building now. We've just been through security, and we're about to head up to the dome. Well, we're now at the top of the German Parliament, and we're about to head up the dome. This is the Reichstag building. There's some pretty good views. From the top here. Here we go, this is looking towards East Berlin. Lots of cranes and development on the horizon there. Okay, we've got a protest going on. I think it might be those neo-Nazis that we saw the police preparing for earlier. Plenty of Berlin's finest heading somewhere. I'll give you a little bit of trivia about this dome. It was designed by the same man that designed the Millennium Bridge and the Gherkin in London, and also Stansted Airport Terminal building. Getting close to the top of the dome now, so we're looking down on Parliament. I guess this is why they closed the dome when Parliament's in session. Well, we just finished at the Reichstag, and we're back now to the Brandenburg gate, which we're having a look at in the dark. It's lit up quite nicely, and we're about to go and see if we can find another museum and definitely some food. Wave. Just enjoyed an Indian here in the Potsdam Platz. We're eating outside, still really mild. And we're about to head off now to the East Side Gallery. We're deep inside East Berlin. And we're at the East Side Gallery, which is a long stretch of the original wall you can see behind me. We're just going to walk around it. We're going to walk down to the other end of this original stretch, across the bridge, and have a look at the west side as well. This is the East Side Gallery, but the west side of the wall. So this is raw graffiti that was applied before the wall fell, whereas the other side has been applied since the wall has fallen. This is the east side, so all this graffiti was applied after the wall fell. We're going to take a walk to the end and we're going to go back up the west side. Woo! East Side Gallery! Well, we're back at the train station, we're heading back to the hotel. It's been a long day. It looks like our train is here.